This is the one reason why young people, teenagers, and people in their 20s remain poor. Look around you. Who are you friends with? The people in your closed circle. Is it really your closed circle, or is it your closed cage that you just can't get yourself to run away from? Are the people in your closed circle the ones that push you, or the ones that bring you down? Are they the ones that motivate you, or are they the ones that make you feel like absolute dog shit? Are they the ones that support you, or are they the ones that only support you for the benefits from it? Look, I'm 20 years old. I don't have the experience in terms of time of a 50-year-old, but I do believe that maturing is more about the experiences you've had rather than an age. And it's a huge misconception that people have that you only get mature by age, but no, it's purely experience. If you as a 20-year-old or a 25-year-old has experienced so much more than a 50-year-old has, you're technically more mature if you learn lessons along the way. A lot of good and bad shit can happen in your life regardless of your age, but if you don't see the lesson learned, if you don't see the moral of the story, you will be forever. You will never actually mature. Now, coming back to my actual point of this video, the people you hang around with are what's going to define your future. And you've definitely heard it before on social media, on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, that you will be the 6th of the 5 people you hang out with the most. For example, if you're going to hang out with 5 people that get drunk every weekend, you will be the 6th person. Whereas if you hang out with 5 people that are productive every weekend, of course during the week as well, but also on the weekend, they're doing the work every weekend when everyone else is not doing the work, you will be the 6th person that does the same thing. Work on the weekend when everybody else is out doing anything else. It's so important to surround yourself with the right energy. If you're around the negative energy, the parts of life you don't want to see yourself in, then why hang around with people that are doing the exact opposite of where you want to be in life? Now look, before you take things too extreme and cut everybody out of your life because you see something wrong with the person that you don't agree with, listen to this. You can still hang out with friends that in your books do the wrong thing. For example, if your friends smoke or if your friends drink, if they smoke very heavily to an extent where it's like that is what their personality is, if they drink to an extent where it's just their only escape, their only sense of enjoyment, then it makes all the more sense to cut them off. But look, if they do it occasionally, that is not a reason to cut them off. I want you to understand that really clearly, because I almost fell into that big spiral of literally cutting every single person out of my life because I saw one mistake and I was like, oh, they have to go. If certain parts of your friends don't affect you, for example, drinking and smoking, then there is no reason to leave them as a friend. But if they are being a bad influence on you to a point where they're actually pressurizing you, aka peer pressure, to do the wrong things in your books, then you must leave them. I have lost a lot of my friends along the way. School friends, childhood friends. In fact, I like this quote. I actually made it a few weeks ago. It goes by, I have lost more friends than I have ever made. Now, I'm gonna make another video about this quote in particular because there's actually a lot of meaning behind it and it's very, very deep. So stay tuned for that video and follow me on Instagram because I will keep you guys all updated over there with my upcoming videos, my new TikToks and whatnot. And I will also be asking you guys questions on my Instagram story, asking for what content you guys want to see next on my social media. I want you to really think about this. You're watching this video right up to this point, not just for any reason, but because you may be thinking, my friends may not be the ones that I must stick around. And that is fine. You have to learn to let go. In part of life, even in part of sales, and growing as a person, as a man, as a woman maybe, you have to learn to let go. If somebody is just not giving any value in your life, he's not putting any value in your life, he or she, you have no valid reason to stay. The only reason you would stay is if you're afraid of being alone, if you're afraid of just hanging onto those memories and never being able to see that person again. Now look, I think of my lost friends almost every day, I'll be honest. And I think that's human nature, where you think about all the things that have happened in your past, and everything that happens today is actually a reflection of everything that's happened in the past. And what happens today is also going to be a reflection of what happens in the future. And another thing that I want to talk about in this video, it's kind of linked to also being in the right circle, but Alex Hormozy actually made a very similar video to this, where he purely talked about people make this mistake of earning before they even learn. And I actually watched this video and I said, that is very true. Right from new business owners, young entrepreneurs, people that are just trying to make that $1, the first few dollars, they do anything for money. It gets to a point where they're offering a service or a product which is not even worth a single dollar, but they're charging like $1,000 for it. So it gets to a point where some young entrepreneurs especially, they lose their entire soul. It's like you're selling your soul just for a couple bucks. Whereas they can actually use that time, that opportunity they have with a client or with a product or with a sale to actually learn. So if you're an upcoming entrepreneur, if you're a business owner, if you just have a great successful business, or if you're just starting out, it doesn't matter. Listen to this. If you're at a point where you're struggling to break through that $2,000 per month or break free from that 10K per month, if you're trying to scale to 20K to 100K per month and you're struggling, you have to understand that you're missing some knowledge. You need to go back to your drawing board and learn before you earn again. So I actually thank Hormozy a lot for that video, because it opened up my eyes and I can further open up you guys' eyes so you guys can see the real brutal truth of life. Now look, there's so much more I can talk about in this video. Honestly, there's so much more, but I don't want to keep you guys here for too long. I do want you guys to check out my other videos on my channel. Another thing before you guys leave, if you're friends with people just because you've known them from your childhood, just for namesake, what is wrong with you? Genuinely, what the is wrong with you? You're a teenager, 16, 18, 19, or in your 20s. This video is literally made just for you. And if you're out of this age range, if you're younger than 13, well, there's no harm in soaking up this knowledge and actually making something out of yourself. If you're past the age of 29, for example, you're pretty late to watch this video, but I did just make this video and I hope it actually helped you. Look, I'm going to be dropping serious value on my YouTube videos. I'm not even making money from YouTube, by the way, not yet. I'm making these high quality videos just to actually put my name out there and to help you guys with some value. A ton of experience that I have learned in the past 2 to 3 years. I have learned so much damn experience in the past 3 years that an average person would take maybe 10 years to actually experience. And I can say that very confidently because I see myself every day where I was 2 years ago, and it's unbelievable to see how far I've actually come. So stay tuned for more videos and subscribe to my YouTube, because I'm dropping some serious value for you guys. And if you actually like the video, hit the thumbs up button, turn your notifications on, and I'll see you guys in the next video.